don't stop praying. Okay, I know that it seems like things are getting worse the more you pray. You're feeling like, you know what, the more I pray, the worse it get. I've been in that situation before, and I have found that that is a strategy of the enemy to frustrate and discourage you and keep you from praying. The truth is that your prayers are like missiles in the enemy camp. It's irritating him, it's driving him crazy, driving him mad, and he wants you to shut up. And he is trying to detour you, derail you, and stop you and silence you and take your testimony as much and as hard and as fast as he can, because he wants you to get up off your knees. People of God, last year around the same time, I was working a job that I really, really enjoyed. It was one of my favorite jobs I've ever had, the best job I've ever had. And people of God, God has showed me that this was my job. He had showed me, he had told me this is going to be a job that you are going to receive a reservoir of blessings from. You guys, do you know that within 2 months, I started there working as a temp? It was a 90-day contract. I was for sure that I was going to get the job. Work ethic on point, attitude on time, punctual. I mean, I'm doing the most. I'm working two positions at one time, in fact. And people of God, they actually ended the contract 2 weeks early. Okay. And this was a temp job where I'm no longer eligible for unemployment. People, do you know that just the other day, I looked back last year around this time to see what was the prophetic words that God was giving me. Do you know that the whole month of December, there were no prophetic words? I wasn't praying. That's why the contract ended the way that it did. Had I been prepared, had I been praying in December, the contract wouldn't have ended. My job would not have been stolen from me. But because the Holy Spirit revealed to me, He told me last year, He said, do not get caught up in complacency, pride, and a counterfeit. I started hanging around a negative influence. I got complacent, my pride, because when you stop praying, you're immediately telling God that you got it, that you don't need Him. So I was guilty of all three, hands down. God had given me a word. Do you know that the last time that I stayed up in the night praying and receiving instruction and download from God was November 20th? When I went back to receive another prophetic word, it was a week after I had lost the job. The whole December, I was not praying. God had never lied. That was my job. But I allowed the enemy to come back and steal my job. The enemy can do that if you're not protecting. The enemy can do that if you are frivolous and careless with the blessings of God. If you are showing that you don't appreciate, that you're not going to maintain them, the enemy can take them. And through my complacency, my pride, and me under the influence of a counterfeit or bad influence or fake friend, I lost my job. So, people, stay prayerful. Don't stop. Continue to press.